I'm going to go through my cold start technique, and two purposes for this actually that I have is, one is maybe this will help somebody else that doesn't know how to do the cold start and finds it confusing, and two, for the more experienced users, maybe there's something I'm missing or doing incorrectly, and I would appreciate any tips. So the F14 Tomcat, that is what we're sitting in right now on the tarmac. And it does not have an auxiliary power supply, which basically means it can't start up on its own. So first thing we're going to do is go to the ground crew, and we're going to request electrical power be turned on for us.
Copy. Ground power is now on.
Somebody getting ready to take off down there. Maybe we'll see him go by. Alright, but we're going to go back here. We're going to go and get our air supply.
Chief, connect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now connected.
Alright, so we have air and we have electrical power. So now we can start up the jet. So first, what I do is I turn on the oxygen back there, which is needed once we get up to the higher altitudes, if we want to continue to breathe. Then I go back here and I arm my ejection seat. The gentleman back there, my Rio, that's Jester. He has startup tasks to do as well, and we're going to initiate that through his menu. And we're going to have him do the startup.
Roger that.
And that'll start with an intercom test, so we'll get ready to respond to him.
ICS com check.
And let him know loud and clear. And now he'll continue his startup and I'll do mine. So what I do next is I turn on my TACAN to TNR, transmit and receive.
Closing canopy. Check.
No, he's closing the canopy, so Jester's doing that. Here we go with the canopy.
All right, let's start.
Alright, so we're good on his end to start the procedure. So my TACAN is on. I put my radio on both and on manual. Turn on my 3 AFCS switches. And okay, now we're going to start the left engine first. So we go to the engine crank for left. We detent the left throttle. And we'll see it starting up down on our monitors down there for the RPM and the EGT and the fuel flow gauges. And when they get to the proper level, the switch will actually return to where it's supposed to be. So while waiting, we'll go ahead and get our sweep set, close the cover. Alright, that happened, so now we'll go ahead and do the same for the right engine. Alright, and we're good there. I am going to put my wing sweep in auto mode. Oh, there goes that jet. Alright. Okay. I'm going to do a master reset, which I do after that. We're going to put the anti-skid and spoiler switch in both mode. And that's because we're on the ground. I think if we're on a carrier, we don't do the anti-skid. We just do the speed brakes. So that's set there. That's good. Then I was told to set this at 350. As a good level for the radar altitude. We zero our barometric altimeter. And over here I uncage the altitude indicator. I come here and I turn on the power for my displays. I set display to TID and I turn on ARA switch down there. Now at this point I don't know of anything else I need to do other than wait for Jester to finish his work. I can lower my flaps to where they need to be for takeoff. Now that the wings are out, I can check my movement of my flight surfaces and controls, or we can go there and we can look and see. Alright, and that's all good. And on this side, I can see it in the shadow, and that's moving, and those are good. Alright, so at this point I believe the only thing left is to wait for Jester to finish. This is what I do and it's been working for me. I just don't know if I'm doing it properly. But at this point I just wait for Jester to let me know that we're all set on his end. I usually take the sound of that beep to mean that he's finishing up his tests. Because it seems to me that it's shortly after that that he said we're ready to taxi. This is Rio.
Ready to taxi.
Okay, there we go. Ready to taxi. That's what I wanted to hear. Alright. Nose wheel steering is on. Parking brake released. There's contact ground. Tell them to remove the electric.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Copy.
And the air supply.
Ground power is now off. Chief, disconnect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
Alright. Cleared for gear up. Flaps retracted. Wing sweep is on auto. And we are up and away.